Hey you've tuned into my video about my experience with transitioning and how I now find myself at a point where I choose to reverse my transition. So, this part is for those people who may not have done anything yet, but you're just searching YouTube for some information. What is transitioning and what are you getting yourself into? Well, like you may have seen in my other short video, it's something with permanent effects. It's something that, can feel very empowering, geez, sorry. And it can also be a mind fuck. And I'm going to go into each of those things very quickly. So, what's permanent about it? Well, the voice is the biggest thing for me. I used to look at videos of myself pre-hormones, and I got a little sad when I realized that I will never sound like that again. You most likely will never sound the same after hormones. Even if you train your voice back to reflect the gender that you desire, which is what I'm doing right now, you're probably not going to sound the same. You've changed the thickness of your vocal cords. So there's some medical implications to it. Hair growth. That's usually for female to male, trans people, however you want to refer to yourself. Female to male, I have a beard, so I have to shave my face twice a day. And it comes back faster than what I thought it would. It comes back darker than what I thought I would. And makeup does not cover it as well as I wish it would. So these are things you need to take into consideration before permanently messing with your body. Surgery. That I didn't do. I didn't do surgery. I was always very wary of not liking the results or just taking that very permanent step. And then there's also legal issues. For those of you who decide to change your name, let's say you decide to change your gender on your license or your birth certificate, those are things that you need to consider. Do you really want to do all that? Those are things, the surgery and the legal things are both things I would suggest that you slow down on. Moving on, you can't run from you. It's best to embrace yourself now. If you don't like yourself now, you probably won't like yourself later either. The beginning of my transition was great. I'd say the first 2 or 3 years were awesome. And then I started kind of realizing that life went on. Like, I still had to go to work. I still had to pay the bills. I still had the people in my life that I had. It was really just me changing my appearance. A few mannerisms changed, yes, and I did feel more comfortable in my body, yes. But I realized that the uncomfort in my body came from me and my issues, things that happened to me that I didn't deal with. And the reason why you're uncomfortable in your body now might not be because of something that necessarily happened to you. It might be your mindset. Think about it. If you're a female transitioning into a male, you need to evaluate your point of view of what women are. Do you have a healthy point of view of what women are? Do you really feel like women are beautiful people? They are just as talented and equal to men. You need to make sure that it's not you with the problem. If you're an asshole now, you're probably going to be an asshole later. Transitioning isn't going to fix that. That's like going to a foot doctor for a heart issue. You're dealing with something that has nothing to do with what your underlying causes are. So just keep that in mind. This is a little odd for those around you. You need to be patient. If you are female going into male, they are going to mess up your pronouns sometimes. You need to be understanding of that. You can't get mad at that. I know when I was going through it, I had friends who also started their transitioning process, and I was messing up on them. So it's not done in a vindictive way. Next point, the empowering part. This is a chance to redefine yourself. You can customize yourself in a way. You're changing your outfits. You know, it's kind of fun, to be honest with you. And I don't want that little tiny positive point to make you, I don't want that to be the deciding factor for you to go forward with transitioning, because like I said, it's also a mind fuck. And just because you don't feel the negative effects of that yet doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. If anything, I'm trying to tell you how you may feel just so that you avoid it altogether. But hey, you might be like me and you have to learn the hard way. You need to do it for yourself to learn. I find that people who are the ages like 16 to 25, they are probably the majority of the trans community. And this age group is a very sensitive age group, especially in this day and age. There's a lot of pressure on you to look a certain way, act a certain way. And if you're one of those people like myself who just never really fit into it, this might seem like it was made for you. But I'm going to let you know that it's not. It's probably not. But hey, like I said, I did it for 4 years. I urge you to try being natural first. 4 years in was like, geez, this has only been 4 years. I need to take these shots every single week for the rest of my life, because you mess yourself up medically if you don't take them at the same time every week consistently. And I'm just not one of those people who can do that. So, it just, in the end, seemed a little silly for what, in the end, seemed like just cosmetic effects. So try being natural first. You can break the rules of your, quote-unquote natural gender without using hormones or identifying as another gender. You don't have to wear a dress. You don't have to have the girliest voice. You don't need to own anything pink or, blue if you're a guy. You don't need to withhold your feelings if you're a guy. You could be flamboyant and still be straight or whatever. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. Have that mindset now, not just post-transition. So that's something to keep in mind. The last thing is the mind fuck. Let's say you're fully transitioned now and you run into an old friend from school and you're excited. You just run up to him. You're not thinking anything. And then right before you open your mouth, you're like, oh shit, I am a dude now. This is not going to be as exciting as I thought. Then the nerves kick in and you probably won't say anything to that person. You're just going to keep going about your business. That happened to me a lot. Sorry, phone going off. So, meeting new people and running into old friends is a very odd feeling. When I made new friendships, I felt like they didn't really know the real me, and that kind of took a toll on me. Beware of becoming antisocial in general. You tend to just kind of do your own thing and be in your own space while going throughout this process. A lot of people fall into woodworking. The terminology behind that is you kind of fall in and out of the woodwork. You move to another place to be more comfortable with your new identity, and then let's say you decide to switch it back, then you might return home. That's not necessary. I mean, travel the world because you want to travel the world. Don't do it out of some weird type of shame. If you decide to go ahead and transition, you need to own your whole story. You need to own the old you and the new you and the you that is to come. So just know that you always have a future no matter how you feel. If you feel shitty one day and totally awesome on top of the world the next day, whatever. Just own it.